Hello and welcome back to Nekopon Gaming. Today's video is dedicated to the Salacious Scorpion Grimoire and a new character, Rapunzel, and the banner for Kaguya starts today. And as we all expected, we have our first Cleric class. What a sight Kaguya is in this one. We'll also be covering some news on Rapunzel for her long-awaited arrival after the Grimoire review. If you're not interested in the Grimoire review, go ahead and just click on the timestamp to jump to the Rapunzel news. Before we start, please remember to like and subscribe if you're having fun with my video here today. Okay, so Kaguya herself is attuned to wind element, and I don't know why she looks all blue, but she's wind. That's just how Sinnoh is. And she doesn't play well with the fire element. Her permanent stats are going to be 100 magic defense, 100 magic attack, 100 P attack, and with her level 1 arcana, she's going to get additional 600 HP. When using her as a support class, you can get 800 physical defense at level 6, and if you get the level 2 arcana, you can also get additional 800 magic defense at level 12. Of course, the most important here is going to be the support at level 10. The support skill is recovery effect plus 1.5% when using a staff class. So clerics, if you do get her, make sure to get it to level 10 as soon as possible. In my opinion, the magic defense at 800 is definitely a nice to have. 800 is a nice chunk of defense, but for me, I'd only redeem your arcanas for it if you have extra medals left at the end of the month. We're looking forward to a lot of things this month, including Rapunzel, which is also a cleric, so I'd recommend waiting a little bit to see how we can spend our Medal of Desires. Of course, Kaguya comes with her staff. This is the Corpse Staff Kageuchi, a win 19 cost staff. The story skill here is Gathered Breeze 2, restores HP to 1 to 2 allies, and the amount depends on how many win affinity gear is equipped in your main set. The Coliseum support skill is Staff of Assault 3 that greatly restores HP to 1 to 2 allies and slightly increases the allies' magic attack, and the Coliseum support skill is Recovery Support 2. Being a 1 to 2 target staff, the staff is not really a must-have, and Cleric, in fact, because the Grimoire itself is really not that great and it's not a step banner, my recommendation would just to spark Kaguya Hime if you can, and avoid rolling on this banner if possible, since the class itself is really the only thing that's worthwhile here for you. Next, we have the Demon Dose Pistol. This is a water 18 cost gun, and it has Wave of Sorcery 3 that deals great magical damage to one enemy and increases the effectiveness when ally activates the summon skill Aqueous Blessing, which is basically freeze golem and the like. The Coliseum support skill is the brand new shiny All or Nothing Shot 2 skill, which is basically just for farming life force. There's not a lot of players that really need this gun, so this is basically a skip for most people unless you have a dedicated farming grid. Then my recommendation is just to redeem this one with medals. Next, we also have a hammer. This one is Gravitas Singula. It's a water hammer with Torrent of Destruction 3 that deals great physical damage to 1 to 2 enemies, and the Coliseum support skill is Replenish Magic 2. This is pretty much just a filler weapon, so please skip this one, Crushers. Finally, we have the Blood Spider Tome, which is the last weapon on this Grimoire. This is a Fire 18 cost tome with Incantation of Shackles 3 that greatly reduces the physical attack and physical defense of 1 to 2 allies. The Coliseum support skill is Destroyer Weapon 2. This book's stats are actually not too bad for an 18 cost tome. It is actually ranked 11th in P attack and 7th in P defense out of all tomes, which is surprisingly high. Unfortunately, while Destroyer Weapon 2 is really not a bad support skill, I think we should still wait for a better opportunity for a better book with Support Boon 2. Those are especially great when they come with a class. We're expecting a collab by the end of the month, so hopefully we'll get a better chance at a good tome with a class by then. If you're itching to pull on something right now, the current Alice Yukata class is a better use of your crystals, in my opinion. The class is good and the book has a great finale skill. So just to wrap up this Grimoire review, I think it should be a skip for everyone. Clerics, hopefully you have enough medal desires to just redeem Kaguya alone. If you don't have enough medal desires right now, perhaps we can wait and see what else is going to be in store for us this month and see if you have enough medals before this banner disappears. Next, let's talk about the brand new release. This is the Golden Angel Rapunzel, and she's finally coming to SINoALICE Global. I am so excited for her. She's so freaking adorable, and I cannot wait to get her shiny glasses. Her smile just melts my little heart. And with her arrival, of course, we're getting a brand new story in the library. Act of Hatred Chastity will be open, and that means we'll be able to play these new chapters and earn some Twilight crystals. And for her, I'm not sure if it's Chastity or Chastity, because on this video itself, on her trailer, it says Chastity, and then on the tweet itself is Chastity, which they're very similar, but one of them is an actual word and the other one is like a Urban Dictionary word. So I guess we'll see. I'm guessing it's gonna be Chastity. She's voiced by Akane Fujita, which is the same voice for a bunch of video game characters that you might even know, including Sucrose from Genshin Impact, Lydia Nolan from the Death and Request series, the heroine of Dragon Quest Builders 2, and a number of characters from Azure Lane, and so many more. Now, let's take a peek at her release banner from JP, and of course, all the weapons here are subjected to change, but we're all just curious, right? So do know that this is not for the global release, it'll probably change. So first things first, we know that Rapunzel is a Cleric, the first class is a Cleric, and that is for sure because that's also the same one that's in the video. So that means we're gonna get 2 Clerics released in a row. Rapunzel herself comes with mixed stats and a ton of HP, but this is probably gonna change for global. She came with Staff of Purity, which has Staff of Assault 3 and a Recovery Support 1. It's a 1-2 target staff, and you know, if it releases for global, it'll probably be upgraded to Recovery Support 2 at this point. Her banner also came with a sword, which is called Merciless Stormblade with Stonehail Pursuit 3 and P-Def debuff 2. This is basically just a combo sword. There's also a polearm called Opal's Spear. This one has Evil Hail of Assault 4 and Dauntless Courage 2. This is a tier 4 skill, and I don't think we're gonna get that. So if we do get this polearm, it'll probably be Evil Hail of Assault 3. Lastly, this tome is actually quite interesting, the Student's Locust. So it has Incantation of Shackles, Life 3, and Destroy Weapon 2. And the Life skill is basically the opposite of the Death skill that we've been seeing recently in Tome. So Death skills usually is magnified in the last 5 minutes. Life skills are completely opposite. They're actually magnified in the first 15 minutes. So this will be very interesting to get for us sorcerers if this is actually in this banner. Anyway, everything in here is just what happened in JP, so keep in mind that these things will definitely change for the global release. Rapunzel is finally arriving on the 19th, which is just in 2 days. There's a social media campaign right now to get crystals upon her release, so let's support her arrival on Twitter and Facebook. Thank you so much for watching, and please don't forget to like and subscribe if you had a good time with me here today, and let your friends know about the channel. I'm hoping everyone is hanging in there farming for their armor limit break arcanas. I also added Poggy-chan here this time, and he's basically the mascot for Royal Creators. What do you guys think? Isn't he super cute? I think I'm gonna add him for SINoALICE content from now on. Lastly, do enter the Royal Creator viewer campaign for a chance to win 100 Twilight crystals. Just fill out the questionnaire linked below to enter, and when asked, my secret keyword is INVOLVEDCARROT, which is on the screen right now. Thanks again so much, and I'll see you all next time. Bye!